Hi, and welcome to Beyond the Breakthrough. I'm Rochelle Roner, your host, and I am so excited to have you here. This channel was created as a space for all of us to celebrate our achievements and successes, gain tips and tools to move beyond the breakthrough, and to be inspired to create change. So let's jump in. Welcome back to Beyond the Breakthrough. I am Rochelle, your host, and today we are going to continue our discussion on the Goal Gap framework. But I wanted to let you know before we get started that the live webinars are scheduled and up and running. So if you are already like, what is this process? I need to do more. I need this in my life. Go ahead and scroll down to the notes and you're going to see the link to register for the webinar so that you can personalize this a little bit more during a live call with me. So today we are going to dive into the first component of the Goal Gap framework, discover. Discovery and clarity is where it all starts, right? This is the beginning point for everything. It's about getting real with yourself and about what you want and why that matters. Because without clarity, it's easy to feel really stuck or directionless. But with it, you can make progress faster and with greater purpose. So think of clarity as your roadmap, right? If you don't know where you're going, how can you expect to get there? I love that we have GPS. And I love when people say, I'm going on a road trip. If you got in your car and you had your GPS and you didn't have an address to put in it, where are you going to go? You don't know. It's not going to take you anywhere. So clarity really helps us focus our energy so that we can make decisions that align with our goals or our future goals, right? Okay. So for example, if your goal is to improve your wellness, clarity might mean deciding what that looks like for you. Is it having more energy to play with your kids? Is it reducing your stress? Is it feeling more confident in your own skin? What does that mean, right? What does improve your wellness mean to you? The more clear you are, the easier it is to make meaningful steps and to take meaningful steps forward towards that goal. Okay, so here's 3 steps to get you started. Number 1, you got to ask the right questions. What do you really want? And why in the world does that matter to you? How will achieving that improve your life? What's it going to do for you, right? Number 2 is identifying your priorities. What matters most right now? Because clarity is about focusing on what's important to you, not what other people think you should focus on or what you think you should focus on. You can have some wants and there are some have-tos in life, but there shouldn't be any shoulds, right? We got to get rid of those. Either move them into the want to or the have to folder or get rid of them altogether because they're not serving you. They're not serving you and they're not going to help you move forward. And then number 3 is reflect and refine. Clarity isn't just a one-time thing. It's okay to revisit your goals and adjust as you grow because you are setting these things up for yourself based on your current season, right? Your current space, your current lifestyle, how things go. I'm going to share a quick example with you. I had a client who wanted to get healthier, but that was so vague, right? She couldn't really explain to me what that meant. She knew that she needed to fix some things to be physically healthier based on some things her doctor had shared. She knew that her clothes didn't feel really good. She also was just kind of like tired and feeling blah all the time. So get healthier, in her mind, she thought, well, if I get healthier, things will just be better. But what does that mean? So we worked through the clarity process and she realized that her true goal was to have more energy and be pain-free so she could keep up with her little kids. Once she got really clear on that, everything became more focused, which led to it becoming more achievable. She knew exactly what it was that she wanted to work towards because at that point now, she really understood what she wanted her life to be like. She realized that it wasn't just about being healthier because her doctor said so or because her clothes didn't fit. It was more about the quality of life that she and her kids were going to have together. And she was able to identify like the little bits and pieces of life that she wanted to be able to participate in with them, like specific activities that she didn't realize were important to her that she was missing out on. She recognized that the memories that she wanted to build were important to her, and the things that she wanted her kids to remember and take with them into parenthood eventually. But what's really cool is that she recognized that her kids were not going to be this age forever. And so that this process was something that she could use over and over again as they got older and got into the next level of life. She could continuously reevaluate and work on what she was doing so she could have that fulfillment no matter how things shifted or how they grow and how seasons change. So we're going to continue on with this conversation and the next steps to this, which would be the design phase, right? We've got the discovery, then we're going to move into the design phase. We've got to get clear first. So if you're not already, please subscribe and hit the notification so that you get the alert when the next video comes out. And that's when we're going to talk about the design. Just a reminder, the link to the webinar is below, and it's a free live webinar where you can start to apply this info to your life so that you can make some changes. So before we go, I want to encourage you to take some time this week to journal and reflect on what clarity means for you. What's one area of your life where you feel unclear? Start there. Start there. And then start to think about your values. Start to think about the things that you want. Get specific. Get really specific on what will make you happy. And pull that in to your life right now. Do a little comparison in the sense of like, what do I have going on right now versus what I actually want to have in my life? Understanding who you are, understanding your decisions and where they come from is so important when you go through this process of goal setting to be able to achieve what it is you want to achieve. If you don't know your values, if you can't identify your priorities, and if you can't envision what your future looks like, it's going to be really hard to set goals that you're going to achieve and say, I feel amazing. You're going to be stuck in this place of like, yeah, I achieved my goal, but I don't feel so great. So I want you to really take some time and get clear. What are your top values? What are your priorities in this season? What's important to you right now? My guess is you haven't done that in a while. And by going through this process, you're going to be opened up to this whole new mindset of like, wow, but what am I missing? What have I been missing? Look at all these things that I want to have. Look at all these things that are important to me. And once you have them, your whole idea on how you get to those goals and how you start working towards them and the feeling that you will have when you achieve them is going to be incredible. So thanks for being here with us today. Remember that clarity is the first step to progress. Once you know where you're headed, anything becomes possible. See you next time.